Good afternoon, everyone. Murag gimingaw ko ani nga setup. Um, but since Lady Joy and Joyce aren't here to join us this afternoon, this Friday afternoon, so I decided to just record the lesson. The rest of the lesson we took up last Wednesday, and so you all have the same platform, and you can all watch this lesson video and do the output sometime. So let me share my screen. So this, we are still going to talk about what was that? Code of ethics for teachers, right? So we've talked about, in the last meeting, we talked about our role as educators, as teachers, no? And then we also talk about our role as like our parental role. Whether we like it or not, we are actually taking on a responsibility, a parental responsibility, together with a parental authority towards those that are under our care while they're enrolled in our classes. So this time we'll continue, and let's talk about our principal duty, responsibility as a parent. No, we are again, as I have said, we are taking on the authority and the responsibility of parent. So the family code continues to say that the school, its administrators and teachers engaged in childcare shall have special parental authority and responsibility over the minor child while under the supervision and instruction. So I think we've talked about that last meeting, right? So we know that part of the of the responsibility of our role as teacher. Okay. And as teachers, again, the Code of Ethics states that a teacher shall recognize that the interest and welfare of learners are his first and foremost concern, and shall handle each learner justly and impartially. No, just like this morning in our morning devotion, Paul talked about being impartial and how it is like for him who experienced that, and maybe some of us experienced that in our elementary or high school, that our teacher wasn't fair in treating all the students. I don't know if I shared with you already how my grade 4 teacher was very partial. She just showed partiality. Like, I know that I was the top of the class academically, but unfortunately, because of my responsibilities at home, I have the tendency, and our house was very far from our school. So I get to school late, not late, like late. I would be able to go and join the flag ceremony. That's still, that's at the beginning of the school day, right? But it so happened that many students, the teachers would like the students to go before flag ceremony. uh they the teacher, actually it's the whole school, no, would require students to go to the river and get 3 bags of sand, for example, 3 bags of sand. And so all my classmates, for example, have gone there before flag ceremony, have gone and fetched or carried 3 bags of sand to the school garden, because it's for our school to beautify the school. And then because I arrived just in time for flag ceremony, so I wasn't able to get my 3 bags of sand. And so everybody would go to class, and she would start the class, and I would have to go by myself, alone, go to the river, get my 3 bags of sand, and I will join the class. I would join the class when I'm done with that assignment. And so during my time, my 4th grade, I always felt that she was very unfair toward me. And um, well, not late, I think she didn't finish. I'm not sure if she finished the school year. I with on that school year, I only remembered her her partiality toward me. I don't even remember if she was my advisor all the way to the end, but I know that I was still first honor of the class when I was in grade 4, but I'm not sure if she was replaced, she was moved somewhere else. I don't know. I have no more remembrance of that except for the difficult time I had with her. That's how. So you just imagine that would be if we practice partiality in our classes, that would that would stick in the memory of your children, of your students, pupils, and that would be not, you don't want to be known that way, no? If we are to be known for anything, it should be for our love, for our compassion, for our grace toward our students. So we are our work, as professionals, we are to handle our learners, all of them justly and with and impartially. Okay. Parental authority to discipline. So again, along with the authority is a responsibility, and under authority we have the authority to discipline. But how? What kind of discipline? So as parents, the teacher shall use discipline not to punish, but to correct, not to force, but to motivate, and not to obey with rigid cadence, but to choose to follow the right way. Hence, teachers cannot generally use methods of punishing or such degree of penalties that a good mother or a good father would not likely use on his or her own children. No, so if you were a child, if you were a parent, and you imagine that that student is your own child, so however you wanna discipline that child, your own child, that should be the way you should handle also your learner. Okay. Continue. Corporal punishment. Article 233, it says, in no case inflict corporal punishment upon the child. Don't touch the child. Okay, so be careful as teachers. That's why we always joke about Lady Joy's habit now of hitting and very expressive hands. But if you're a teacher, you have to be careful. Just keep your hands to yourself. Don't inflict any form of corporal punishment upon the child. So what is a corporal punishment? The definition says it's an act that inflict pain or harm upon a child's body. Okay, so that's why I said don't touch. Bisag imo ra nang bisag mo yun pa ka nga imo ra to siyang agbayan, ana, or imong kuhit, pwede yun na siya ma-misinterpret, and pwede maingon ang bata nga hapak ni mo siya, or imo siyang pinch or something. So any act of inflicting pain or harm upon a child's body as punishment for wrongdoing, usually through beating and spanking. So unsa may mga elements ana diha? Physical contact. Don't. Make sure that there's no physical contact, and inflict pain. If the child says it was painful, ay nako, corporal punishment. Okay? A teacher shall not inflict corporal punishment on offending learners, nor make deductions, so di pwede mag-minus of points. We've talked about that in last meeting. From their scholastic ratings as a punishment for acts which are clearly not manifestations of poor scholarship. So in academics are good. And then if ang ilang behavior, of course, we handle that differently. We don't add or minus points from the, from if it has nothing to do with their academics. Sale of tickets. Oh, this one is again part of our code of ethics as professionals. Sale of tickets, collection of contribution, donations from pupils and parents. So Batas Pambansa 232 says students have right to be free from involuntary or voluntary contributions. Okay, so students should not feel obligated to donate, to buy tickets, raffle tickets. It shouldn't be forced upon the pupils. Improper or unauthorized solicitation of contributions from subordinate employees and by teachers or school officials from school children. No, so no junat siya. Teachers shall not accept directly or indirectly any remuneration from tutorials other than what is authorized for such service. So if you like bribery or of something, no, so be careful with that. The DepEd considers the act of teachers in contracting loans from parents mangutang sa parents of their students not only serious misconduct but violation of students' right to be free from involuntary contribution. So don't contract loans, no, from parents, no, of your students. Please, no, ayaw protektahin ang inyong profession. You have to protect the dignity of your profession, no, as teachers. And that is as teachers as in general, but how much more as Christian teachers? No, we say we are here ni anhi pa gyud mo BTC ni graduate from your Bible school because you want not just to be an ordinary teacher, but a Christian teacher, a teacher that is following the Lord Jesus Christ and representing him in the classroom, no, wherever you are. So protect your dignity. Again, going back to parental responsibility, the student or pupil while in school is in the custody and hence the responsibility of school authorities as long as he is under the control and influence of the school, whether the semester has not yet begun or has already ended, okay? On and or off campus, no? Just like atong mga guidelines as students here at BTC, it is effective as long as you're enrolled, bisag na-commit pa ang act outside or inside the campus during the school year or off the school year, bakasyon man or dili, as long as you're a student, no, of the school, we have the parental responsibility. Even if the student is just relaxing in the campus, for example, the student is relaxing in the campus in the company of his classmates, the student is still within the custody and subject to the discipline and responsibility of the teachers. So, dako kayo na itong responsibility as teachers, right? And so, I know that some of us are really excited, excited to join the workforce. And I am excited too, because you just don't know, no, how much the Lord will use you, expand your territory, your influence, and for the Lord's glory. But it also means a really, really, really tremendous responsibility along with that, as professionals, no, okay, professionals man mo, and as Christians, no, and of course, a teacher is required to exercise special parental authority, but who fails. So if you're required to exercise parental authority, but fails to observe all the diligence of a good father of a family in the custody and care of the pupils and students, shall be held liable, no, for gross neglect of duty. So I hope wala bisan unsa bisan kinsa nato iba nga kanang ma-accuse ani na neglect of duty, no? Manang ako mismo as I'm not really kung huna-hunaon I don't I'm not BTC is not a public institution, it's a private institution. So I don't answer to the well, I still do in some ways, no? I report to CHED, I report about what we do here in the student life. Of course, I have to abide by the directives in ANA, no? But my ultimate accountability is to the Lord. And so I hope nga, I just wish that the students no understand nga no man ni si Ma'am Angel oy nga kanang restrictive man kaayo, dili pwede. You know what? It's a struggle for me. It's a very big struggle. In fact, last night when you asked, when some of you ladies asked to take, to ask Earl to drive you to the terminal or to the airport. And then I said yes. Of course, I said yes, and I trusted you. But deep within my heart, I was scared. I'm always scared. Kanang mga tumong carbon, I'm always scared because anything could happen, and it's under my responsibility. And I'm not a parent, no. I don't have my own children, but I don't know. I'm just scared. So I hope makasabot mo kung ako nga dili kita mo tinuod nga anak, I would be scared, no? Unsa pa ka nang inyog yung tinuod nga parents, and then sometimes we neglect the words of our parents. We say we don't listen to them. I hope we understand nga it's a legitimate concern, no? Ang mga yaw-yaw sa mga parents is derived na siya from a legitimate concern for your welfare. And so that's mga adults na gani mo, no? You're adults, and I feel that way. How much more kamo you would be taking care of children like minors, definitely minors. Kung high school mo, minors gyapon na sila, no? Most of them are minors, and I mean, mas okay pang among world kaniadto, and today there is just so much that could harm your students. So ang inyong responsibility karon as elementary, preschool, or high school teachers are way much more and much heavier than my teachers in my time, no? Kay lahi ra gyud mi ang among mga dangers kay mapaakan og kay book namin sa bukid baron, or mapaaka or unsa diha slide baron, no? Karon there are criminals, no, that are targeting children. The internet is destroying the children, and you are carrying the burden of protecting them and caring for those children na naa sa inyong tutelage, inyong classroom, nasa inyong lista, no? Mo na nga sa DepEd, daghang intervention ang gikinahanglan para, for example, ang student wala na nag-eskwela, adtuon nimo sa inyong ilang balay, bisitahan, i-encourage, i-try o intervene, no? Para dili sila mo stop gyud sa pag-eskwela. And then only after so many intervention can you finally say, I'm sorry, wala niyo ko'y mabuhat, no? Maningil ang gobyerno sa mga DepEd teachers kung unsa may okay nahagbong ni siya ngano man, unsa may imong gibuhat to help, no? So the teacher has this, if we fail to exercise our parental authority and responsibility, that is, we can be held liable for gross neglect of duty. So I hope we take that seriously, no? Take that to heart. Lord, I want to be a teacher, a responsible teacher. I want to be effective. Please help me, no? You need the Lord's help, no? Dili lang license atong gikinahanglan. We need the Lord's guidance, the Lord's favor, iyang tabang sa pag-protect sa imong mga kabataan, sa imong classroom. That is a big, huge responsibility. In summary, teaching is indeed a noble, if not the noblest profession. We always say becoming a Christian teacher is a high calling. No? Teachers are called not only to teach by words, but by their very lives. Imong kinabuhi, akong kinabuhi, no? We are to pour out not just our knowledge, but really our lives. That's how demanding that profession is. Teachers are role models of their students, must exemplify and uphold ethical and moral principles in their lives as persons and as teachers. So we are expected to live a high moral standard, no? Taas yun kaayo. Labi na nga Kristohanon ta, no? So I hope that I have emphasized that enough for you to believe and to really follow on, no? You apply it to yourself, no? And then really take it seriously. Ingon si James, no? Sayang, let not all of you become teachers. Ayaw, dili. Why? Because teachers will go through stricter judgment, no? Compare sa ubang ordinaryo nga mga tao, wala nagtudlo. Kitang mga teachers will face God and will face stricter, much stricter judgment. So I hope you guys have good, restful kay naamo sa inyong balay, pero please be responsible. Tanawa inyong mga Google Classrooms, inyong mga class group chats para you're updated, ano, sa especially sa kaning mosunod nga semana. So God bless you all. I'll see you again on week 13. I have decided not to add any more output for week 11. So katong quizzes, I will reopen it, especially for, I think Maria May, no, wala ka naka-take ato. I will reopen it today and have it available until tonight. So I'll see you again soon. God bless you all and take care of yourselves.